Jay here for Stretford Paddock. That's Dave Pritt joining us back on the channel after a little bit of a break, shall we say? Not been out for a while, have you?
Probably about a year.
Probably about a year, but he is back and he's here at the right time as well. We've had a bit of breaking news. Fabrizio Romano, right? The reason we've gone early on the Brew today is because about 40 minutes ago, Fabrizio Romano did a here we go for Michael Carrick. Now, we all knew that Michael Carrick was going to be the next permanent manager of Manchester United. We spoke to Laurie, who broke the story yesterday. Everyone else has been covering it. But Fabrizio Romano has done a bit of a here we go post where he says Michael Carrick will stay at Manchester United as permanent manager. Confirmed. Direction clear for weeks. Plan also approved by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and new deal set to be signed soon. New deal for 2 years plus an option to extend directly 3 years. But no doubts. Carrick says yes and will sign the contract. So any slight sort of doubts, questions anyone had, not that there were many, kind of being put to bed there from Romano. I was wondering when we were going to get a here we go from him. And we've had it, so we thought, you know what, we may as well get into that. But this is the Brew, right? So then make sure you're getting your questions, your comments, any topic. Nothing is off limits, especially when we're bringing Dave Pritt back into the fold as well. Dave, it's been far too long, and it's great to see you back on the channel. And you must be pleased about the Michael Carrick news.
Oh, big time, mate.
Especially because he's British. And I know your thoughts on people who aren't British getting jobs and that.
Not only British, English as well. Yes, I've not had any, people thinking I'm a far-right extremist for a while. Glad you brought it back.
Just to clarify, Dave Pritt is not a far-right extremist. He just had a Union Jack in one of his bios once, and I've never let him forget it.
I've never let it go. Because I've kept it there just for you, by the way.
Michael Carrick confirmed. We kind of knew that, didn't we? Here we go. You must be pretty chuffed because we've got a picture, actually, of you and Michael Carrick I'm going to share with everyone. But just give us your initial thoughts on that on the news.
Yeah, for me, he's been the best thing in the past couple of years. It's having him come along, it's just playing better football. That's all you really want when you're a United fan.
Yeah.
Results obviously matter. You want to be pushing, getting in Champions League and pushing for the league and stuff. But if you're not doing that, at least play some good football. And for far too long, it's been grim and just boring to watch. I think the first game out to this season was the Brighton game when we got beat, when Welbeck scored in the Cup. And watching that game is just awful.
Yeah.
And then I went to the Fulham game, which when Carrick took over, and you could just see night and day of how different the team was. And if you can just carry on with this, get a couple of few signings, play the same type of football, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Michael Carrick is he's been sort of tarred with the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brush. And I say tarred with that brush because most people look back at Ole's time at Manchester United as the manager, not as the player, as ultimately a failure. You know, he got sacked, we didn't win anything. People look at it and go, it wasn't good enough. But there were some good points in Ole. We finished third and second in his only 2 full seasons, back-to-back Champions League. And also, even if you're not that enamoured of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure at Manchester United, this is a different manager with different ideas, and it's not all the same. It's not just every club legend is the same, so they all have to be treated the same. I know he works under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
That's the thing, though.
Yeah, he works under him, but he is a different man. Otherwise, if he was just Ole 2.0, they would have appointed Ole.
Yeah.
Because they had a choice of Ole or Carrick. And they went with Carrick. He's obviously a different manager, a different type of manager. So I think some of those sort of comparisons are a little bit harsh. Get involved in the chat in the comments and let us know what you think. We're expecting. Oh, there you go. There's the picture. When was that? You and Carrick?
A few years ago, that.
Was it?
That was when Ole was in charge.
He looks happy to see you. Right. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, they all are.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. He's holding onto his rucksack there. Yeah, good stuff. That. Where is it? Is that Old Trafford? I can't even see.
Yeah, Old Trafford. That.
Oh right, okay. So that was when he was.
It was him and McKenna, wasn't it?
Yeah, because this is the weird thing, innit? Right? Do you remember when McKenna was the assistant and Carrick was there and a few others, and I remember people used to go, "This is the problem, United. You've got people like Kieran McKenna on the coaching staff. What does he know?" And then he went to Ipswich and got back-to-back promotions, and everyone was like, actually, maybe Kieran McKenna.
And if you go watch the old school academy reviews, you'll see me raving him up.
He did rave about Kieran McKenna, to be fair to him. Hugh Phillips says Steve looks different. Wagawan Lad says Rebel Dogs. Fukin Lovely says Garrett Goalkeeper. Woof Woof All says Mick Holohan. Howley Lad says Dan Martin. Tom Boyce, 1857, who's been a member of the first team for 29 months, says Carrick is the man. Shout out to Ibrahimov. I thought he played really well yesterday. It's quite apt we've got you on today, the day after the FAU Cup final. Not the result we wanted.
No.
I mean, it's frustrating to lose to Manchester City in a cup final, but you got to give the lads credit. Getting to FAU Cup final is not easy.
Yeah, it was.
They deserve credit for that.
But you know, if you watch that game, City were the deserved winners. I thought they battered us. They were camped outside our box most of the game, and yeah, the better team won in the end, I think. Yeah,
it's frustrating, and I hate with the fact we have to say the better team won when we're talking about City, but it is true. I just didn't like the way they went about it with all the shenanigans afterwards, and even before I'm playing in that dinky little stadium.
You can't really blame the players.
No,
it's all the higher ups for that.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
You got to give it to credit to the City lads who won. I mean, they got to the final and won it. Fair play to him.
Yeah, fair play to him. Santa Notch says, not as elite at Pritt's selfie with Mig. So did you have a selfie with Notch?
Yeah, I think he just sneaks up on me once at a Paddock game and took a picture. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Notch, if you want to send, if you can dig that out. We'll see if we can find it. Steve M says City couldn't even fill their shitty B stadium. Obvious why they didn't want it. Yeah, me and Finn were talking about that in the cabin review.
It's that. I think the issue was they sold the tickets, but then people didn't turn up. So you had people wanting tickets, but people who had them didn't turn up. It's ridiculous that he played at that little stadium.
Yeah, it's not good enough, is it? Has Carrick been confirmed already? Says Shaq 7. Oh. Right, can we we've got to send me that picture, screenshot it or something, and we'll put it on the screen. We're just going to start putting up loads of different pictures of Dave Pritt with people. J United 3025 says big up Carrick, watch him cook with elite midfielders at his disposal. Yeah, look, I don't think it's like a revelation that Michael Carrick's been given the job, but if he is going to have any success, we've got to back this guy properly in the transfer window, haven't we? Because we're going to lose Casemiro. We're probably going to lose your guy. Not that many people will be losing sleep over it, but it's one less or one fewer midfielder.
Bookmark tweaks, by the way.
Go on.
From McCullough. Me and him having an argument on Twitter.
What was the argument that you and...
I was gutted that McTominay went and McCullough was saying his shit and that Agate is one of the greatest midfielders we're ever going to have. He's deleted some of them, but I've got some of them saved.
I think that was more to do with Adam McCullough's thoughts on Scott McTominay than it was any of his belief in Emmanuel Yagai, to be honest with you. We've got the picture of Notch and Dave Pritt. We'll get that on the screen in a minute, Notch, if we can. Sold out, says Big Perm. Yeah, it wasn't sold out really, was it? It's just them being stupid. De Ligt is another bit of a news story we've got as well. So Matthijs de Ligt, I think I can pull up the tweet here. I think we've covered it. Obviously, United have announced it as well. He's done a post from his bed on his Instagram. So what Matthijs de Ligt has said is after 6 months of treatment and working hard to get back, surgery was the only option left. I'm disappointed I couldn't help the team the last 6 months and obviously missing out on the World Cup, but I'm looking forward to doing everything to get back in front of the fans and feeling better again. And he's posted a picture of himself at Old Hospital or wherever it is.
It's not Wimishire Hospital.
I was going to say it's not Old Hospital. Old Hospital, Salford Royal. He won't be there. It'll be, I don't know, where Arley Street, wherever it is, he'll go. You know what I mean? De Ligt's a bit of a weird one, because he's a very, very good player, but he's just been injured loads this season.
Yeah, I think that's his. When he first come, I was a bit worried about him. I didn't look the player that everyone hyped him up to be. But when he started getting into it, he looked good, and then he had little injuries, was out for a bit, then came back, looked good. But maybe this is a good thing for him, getting it sorted out, and then he's going to miss the World Cup because of it, but next season it could be a good thing for us.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, someone's saying McCullough's football knowledge is unrivaled. What are you on about? Do you think De Ligt will be the same player after his back surgery? You don't know. Oh, there we go. There's a picture of you and Notch. Hey, where was that? At Paddock FC?
That was at Droylsden FC.
Droylsden. Was that the friendly?
No, not as the first season.
Oh, was it? Right. Because there was a friendly one there for some cup between Paddock FC and Droylsden. It went to penalties.
Oh, that was third season.
Was it? Yeah. Right, yeah.
We won.
Yeah, you won that. You got a trophy and everything. I went there with Andy Tate. He gave me like a little history of Droylsden. It was like my own little tour guide. Gareth Robinson, 1442, says, is that Dave Pritt underneath that beard?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've got a beard. Yeah. Oh, yeah? You didn't used to have it? Yeah. How long have you had that for? Did you have it last time you was on the channel?
I used to just like grow it and then shave it off, but I've just kept it now.
Fair enough. With all this going on then, right, with Michael Carrick being given the job permanently, with the fact that we're going to lose, at least 2 midfielders in the summer, what do you expect to be done in the summer? What do you want to see Manchester United do? Is there any players that you want us to bring in? Because we're being linked with like the likes of Belaber, the likes of Wharton, I think Tonali's another one we've been linked with.
I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Jared Bowen, but I don't think that if he got relegated, a lot of people talking about that. I don't think that'd be good at all. But
I don't think that. Yeah. Do you know what with Jared Bowen though? I get your point. If they go down, which it looks like they're going to, they are going to have a bit of a fire sale there. I think he's one that'd stay.
I do as well.
I think he'd go down with him and try and get him back up.
Danny Dyer kill him.
Danny Dyer, yeah, he's married to Danny Dyer's daughter, who's also called Danny Dyer. He's someone that I think would end up staying at West Ham, and also he's a good player, Jared Bowen. I don't know if I'd particularly be bothered about getting him.
No, I was arguing with someone last night about it, but yeah, I think we need a right back.
Yeah,
I think we need a left back as well because after the show's been great, but it's a World Cup year in it, so it means next year he's not going to be as good. So we need, I think, fullbacks. Midfield. We need at least one midfielder, and I'd take a striker as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think we need. Honestly, mate, I think we need 3 midfielders. I do. I think right. We've had 40 games this season, which is the lowest amount of games we've ever had, well, since the 1920s. You're going to lose. Like even if we kept the same squad, you'd still need at least one midfielder, if not 2.
Yeah, we've been like,
and we're going to lose 2 midfielders.
Mainu, obviously, he had that period under Amorim where he wasn't playing, but since then he's played most games. You got Fernandes playing most games. They've not been injured either.
No.
If any of them pick a knock-up.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So you're going to lose your guy and you're going to lose Casemiro. Now, you might not like your guy, but he is a midfielder and he does get minutes. Casemiro obviously plays pretty much every game. He's fit. As you said, Mainu, since he's been back in the team, I think he's missed 1 game maybe through injury. Fernandes has missed about a week in the last 6 years. So those players haven't been injured, but they might do. Plus, you've got this potentially an extra 20 games. You need at least two or three midfielders. And I understand your point as well. You need other areas of the pitch because, you know, you look at our attack and we've been getting goals under Michael Carrick. I think the Sunderland game was the first game since he's come in we've not scored in. But if you scratch beneath the surface on the numbers, and Bumo I don't think scored in 11 games. Cunha's goal scoring record, he scored great goals rather than a great goal scorer. So a lot of the goals are mint, but they're not loads of them. Ahmad, I think, has got, is it 3 goals all season? So
I think like Sesko, he's been good, but
he's been much better in terms of goals.
I think if we're like now in the Champions League and we've got to push forward, I wouldn't get rid of him. I think he's great.
Oh God, no, you're not getting rid of him. No chance.
I mean, I hate saying it, but someone like just throw money at someone like a Harry Kane or something.
Oh man, I love that. I mean, I think the chance is gone, but yeah, you know,
we're in the Champions League now.
Yeah,
he wants that Premier League record. Surely, he's not going to City.
Nothing's changed. This is it's just like being back with Dave back in the day.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Get Harry Kane in.
He's not going to go to City. Got Haaland. He's not going to go to Arsenal because he's a Spurs, and he's not going back to Spurs. Who wants to go back to Spurs?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think he would go back to Spurs. I mean, they're an absolute bin fire, aren't they? But yeah, if you could get, I mean, I don't think you can get Harry Kane. I think he'll stay at Bayern Munich. I don't think he'll come to the Premier League. I don't think United give him the wages that he needs. But if you can go out and get another striker, another top striker, I think that would make sense to me. Just one thing that worries me slightly is the idea that whoever comes in might be playing second fiddle to Benjamin Sesko. They might have to go, you know, look, you're not going to go out and get, because we're not going to spend 80 million quid on a striker. You're probably going to spend 40, 50, probably on a backup or someone who's rotated.
This is the only time where, because I used to hate us when we used to get older players, spend a load of money on them, then they'd be on the wage bill.
Yeah.
But I think we need a striker for Sesko to help him a little bit. Because if you look at the games where he plays in, every game Fernandes is like, do this, do that, do that. If we had a striker doing that, helping him out in training and stuff, I think he'd become really good.
No, Bashir Badshah says, Jay, what's your opinion on Mika Götze? Is this the kid at Ajax? Is it? He's only about 20, isn't he? Don't know a lot about him. I know he's like putting up some numbers this season, isn't he? He's like, let's have a look. 17 goals in 11 assists in 31 games. 20 years old, very, very productive. Don't know how much he'd cost. Obviously, there's always negative connotations in the getting wingers from Ajax.
The greatest midfielder we ever had was from Ajax.
The greatest what? Midfielder?
Called Donny van der Beek.
Mate, that was a strange time in our lives, wasn't it?
When everyone said he was mint and, he was terrible.
Yeah.
He's like watching him going, he's awful, and everyone's going, Van der Beek, Van der.
My favourite one with that was in the derby when we were losing 2-0 and everyone was singing his name. He was on the bench and he came on and his first touch was more or less almost laying on a goal for Phil Foden. He passed it and Phil Foden ran onto it, and I think
it's all right. When we sent him on loan to Everton, he sorted himself.
I felt bad for him, right? Because he had. I know you didn't, but he went to Everton, didn't he, for a loan spell. And I think he was 20 games there, but he missed out for injury. And there were signs that there was someone in there, there was a player there, but then he got injured. It didn't happen. Then Ten Hag came in. Everyone was like,
perfect.
His old manager.
And even he
getting the band back together. Yeah. And then he got injured against Bournemouth, if memory serves. Then he went on loan somewhere. Was it Frankfurt or somewhere? I can't remember. And yeah, just never really got going. But I think he was one of those players where the idea of him was better than the actual reality.
He was just,
what was it?
It wasn't even his fault. It's just, I just didn't understand why everyone loved him so much.
I think there's this thing Joe always talks about, and he's right, of like, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's always the player that's not playing that's the answer.
But when we saw him play, he was awful.
Yeah, but even though he was awful when he played, like, what happened was, he played like, his debut he scored, I think, and then he played all his last game he scored, and then people got in the red light. He hardly ever plays, but he always scores, so he must be mint. And then it was like, oh yeah, because he's not playing, that's why we're not succeeding. And one of the most ridiculous arguments I ever heard, and there was a lot of people saying this, right? Everyone will deny it, but I remember this was a thing where people were saying you need to drop Bruno and play Van der Beek. Right?
Yeah, I remember that.
And look, come on, that might be the worst take I've heard in all my years.
From friends of yours as well.
So, I know, yeah, I've got friends who argued that point, and I was just like, what are you talking about, man? Bruno Fernandes is mint. And Bruno Fernandes as well has been mint since he arrived at United. There was never a time when Bruno Fernandes was terrible. So it's not like, oh, he's good now, but he didn't used to be. No, he's always been good at United. And there was this argument going on that he should be dropped for Donny van der Beek. And then it came up, didn't it? Like, not came up, but people brought up the fact he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or. What was that? You know what I mean? Do you remember what did he? Didn't he kick his chewing gum at Steve McLaren or something once? Do you remember that? It was such a weird time in our lives.
Listen, I wish him the best, but just not with United.
Yeah. Simon Bennett says, Jay, talk about 1991. Do you know what? I love the fact that since United brought that kit back out, everyone's on it now. Loads of people are talking about it again, where it was like people had almost forgotten there. Do you know what I mean? People thought our first European trophy under Fergie was 99. You're like, hang on a minute. The most important European trophy he won was 91.
Never mind the European trophy, it's the most important.
The most important trophy, full stop. That's the one that sort of got this club back to where it belonged. That win in Rotterdam against Barcelona, and the best Barcelona team there's probably ever been, and we beat them. Never mind about Pep Guardiola's Barca team. That was rubbish compared to Johan Cruyff's. I don't remember Van der Beek doing anything when he started, says Bella MUFC. He didn't really, to be honest with you. He got some goals, didn't he? But not many.
He tried his best.
This is what I mean. He did, didn't he? He tried his best. And I've got one for you then. What do you think would have happened if we'd have got Frankie de Jong? Do you think that would have worked out? Because we were going to buy him for like 84 million quid at one point or something, weren't we? It was like ridiculously expensive.
I think that would have been much better.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I always wonder about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just having a look here at Van der Beek's record at United. So in his first season, he played 36 games, 19 in the Premier League, scoring 1 goal. His second season, he played 8 Premier League games, scoring 1 goal. I think that was the game was that the last one under Ole? So 14 in total with 1 goal. I know he's not a goal scorer, so you can't just judge him off goals. In the 22-23 season, he played 7 Premier League games, 10 in total, no goals. And his last season, he played 1. Went to Everton, sorry, he played 7 games, not 10, forgive me. It was Eintracht Frankfurt, I think he got that one, right, didn't I? Where he went on loan. Then he went to Girona, where he still is. He's still at Girona there. But he's only played twice this season. How old is he?
29.
He's 29. I mean, I presume he's had injury issues.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, and he's not like he was in the Dutch squad in 2017, and his last cap for Holland was 2021.
To be fair to him, he did.
That's
look,
a drop
when
off.
When he was in the Ajax team, he did look good. But,
do you know what it is though?
But they all came up together, didn't they? At that time, it's like they'd all been in the youth team together. I think.
Yeah.
And they all
I
knew
think that was just a case of like that team just gelling and working together though, because a lot of those players, like I know some of them obviously be getting on a bit, but like I think if you'd have gone and got Dusan Tadic and put him in United's team, I don't think he'd have smashed it. And it's like De Ligt obviously was a very good player, and we were just speaking about him earlier, he's had injury problems, but there's always been this argument that was he quite the player that we thought he was from the Ajax side? Even De Jong, who United were willing to pay a fortune on, even him at Barca, there's been some critics. Yeah. There's been some people that go, he hasn't been quite consistent enough or quite as the player that controls the games as much as we wanted him to. I know others would argue otherwise, but I just feel like with that whole team, other than the goalkeeper, obviously, was really good, wasn't
he? One of us. He's coming back.
Onana.
He's coming back. He said he's coming back.
Guys. What to do? What?
Just
drive the team bus. I mean, look, I don't want to hate on Onana because it's like kicking up. Have you really? Send us it. This is the theme, and we're going to go with it. Yeah, because with Onana, like, look, if I was at United, right, on loan, away somewhere else, I would want to come back to United and fight for my place. I would want to back myself and say, you know what, I'm going to get back into the Manchester United side. I understand that argument and I respect it, but I think you have to have some realism as well. And there's no way on God's earth I can imagine Andre Onana coming back into this side. Sell your guy in Mount, says half said 62. Here we go. We've got another Dave Pritt picture here to share.
In the mix zone.
Is that in the mix? Where's that at? Is that Old Trafford? What was that for?
Europa League game.
Oh, right, okay.
You know when we used to go in the press box for you?
Yeah. So that would have been...
I'll tell you the exact
That would have been his second season then, wouldn't it?
So he wasn't playing then. It was there was another person in the mix zone the game before, tried to get a picture of him and he walked straight past.
But
So I went out, the next game was like, I'm definitely getting a picture of him so I can send it him.
There was a time,
the thing is, he was awful as well, that game.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Do you remember that Champions League campaign with Andre Onana needs to be studied forever? Because it was like he made it his life mission to get us knocked out of the Champions League, apart from the Copenhagen game at Old Trafford. There you go. Are you the one on the left, yeah?
Yeah, just
right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Yeah,
tall guy, isn't he?
He's a tall guy. Me and Ronnie were in Vegas, right? And it was for the tour. And Onana's got two brothers, right? And one of them is the spit of him, like looks like a twin. And we were in the posh bit. We were near all the players' families and all that. And my eyesight's not great anyway. And we was looking. I thought, that's Onana. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, that's his Onana.
Technically, it is.
It is, yeah. And then the teams come out and Onana's there, and I was like, hang on a minute, has he got a twin? And we was having to Google it. It's like, has Onana got a twin? It's like, picture of him and his brothers, and one of them doesn't look out like him, but the other one is just the spit of him.
Is that story with Fellaini there, weren't they, at Chelsea?
Yes, it was his brother, wasn't it, with Jose?
He's got a twin brother, so...
Yeah.
And then he come in the press box, or not press box.
No, it was at the hotel, wasn't it?
And then they phoned...
Someone like, Jose Fellaini's here.
Changed his whole team, because Fellaini wasn't playing, and then Fellaini was.
Yeah, because there was that girl who sold a story saying that she went to his house, Fellaini's house, and slept with him and all that, and all this other stuff. And apparently he wasn't even in the country at the time. And it turned out as a brother, yeah.
probably got his shirt out of the wardrobe.
Yeah, he's like, hey, yeah, of course I play for United, don't worry about that. Dan Secon says, Onana wants his Champions League wages. Yeah, he wanted... he was a bit miffed when he found out that he was getting a pay cut because of the fact we'd not qualified for the Champions League, even though he was a big reason we hadn't qualified for the Champions League. Simon Bennett says, Dave Pritt, best memory of 1991.
So I would have been 5.
Right, okay. So where did you watch it?
I think my dad had gone to the pub. No, I think my dad actually went.
Did he?
I think my dad actually went, actually.
Right,
so
okay.
I don't think my mum had it on. So I had to read about it in the Pink.
Gareth Robinson says, went and watched the Michael film last night with my youngest son. and the FIFA Adidas World Cup advert was advertised. How mint is that for an advert? Right, so they advertised the FIFA World Cup on the film.
What, the 80s World Cup?
I don't know. Right, I'm sorry, I'm confused here, Gareth. Maybe explain that to me. I went to see it with my kids. I'm going again tonight because one of my lad wants to take his mate, so we're going to go and see it again, and his mate's going to come with us. Some people pointing out with Van der Beek this season, I think it is, he had a serious injury in October and he lost the whole season. He's never. Oh, and also someone pointed out he never really recovered from long COVID. So he had long COVID, and that was what did for him. Not Tom Eaton. Dean Henderson had that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that cost him his place in the side, and he never really sort of recovered his United career from that because he was getting in the team ahead of De Gea at one point, and then he.
I think that Sheffield Wednesday game he was good for that when he set up a couple of goals. The Sheffield United game.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and then he got long COVID, got dropped. De Gea came back in, and then he never really got his place back. And then he had that interview, didn't he, on Sort of Sport where he just said that he'd been treated terribly and all that. Reese says, "Is that Dave Pritt or Benzema? #BeardGame."
It's definitely not Benzema, is it? He's French.
I'm so confused with what is going on here with this whole thing. What's this on the screen you're showing me?
Oh, I don't know, it's just a picture from the World Cup advert. You're going to watch 5 minutes, there's a picture.
I just said to producer Harvey, because there's a picture here, it looks something like relevant to the World Cup, and I was like, oh, what's this you showed me? He just went, it's just a picture from the World Cup advert. So that's cleared that up then. Thanks for that.
I'm guessing that's why.
Right, okay. Zim says, how good is Bruno, Jay? Where does Bruno rank in the echelon of Manchester United midfielders you've watched?
It's hard because he's playing in... It's probably not in top 5, but...
All right, who's your top 5?
Scholes.
Right. So it's your opinion. There's not a wrong answer. So far, you're right. Go on.
Not even...
Go on.
I can't say it because you'll laugh.
Mine's
even though we had... Obviously, he's number 1. But...
My boy.
I just think that season, when we won the Champions League, I thought...
Right, I'm not... Listen, you're not going to get criticism from me about Owen Hargreaves, right? I'll tell you something. Owen Hargreaves, right, that season is one of the best seasons I've ever seen anyone have. Like, we won the Champions League, we won the Premier League. He scored some important goals. He played at right back. He played in defence. He played, obviously, like right back, his defence. He played in midfield. He was mint. He was absolutely superb in so many big games as well. Like, Champions League final, he turned up. Champions League semi-final, he turned up. Title deciding games, he scored the free kick against Arsenal, let's not forget Old Trafford.
Look out for Ronaldo.
Yeah. So, he became a bit of a hated figure because he went to City and Fergie said he wasn't very professional and all the rest of it. But I absolutely loved Owen Hargreaves. I still got a bit of a soft spot for him. I think he was treated a bit harshly, even though he did go down the road to them bastards.
Was it 2006 World Cup as well? I thought he was the best
phenomenal.
player.
Phenomenal. Yeah, just injuries. Was it like 28? I think he was done
knee injuries, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's such a shame because he was such a good player. But yeah, no, go on then. So you've got Owen Hargreaves in 4th, have you? Just because of that one season?
Yeah.
What about his partner in crime? Does he not get in there?
Michael Carrick?
Yeah.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah, so that your top 5? Well, you don't have to listen to me. It's your top 5.
Yeah, I'll say that, but it could change.
Right, okay. So,
but the thing is with Bruno, it's just like, he's great to watch. Sometimes he's a little bit petulant, which does me head in a little bit. But it's not his fault he's in a team where they're not winning stuff.
What do you think Roy Keane would be like if he was in this team? I think Roy Keane would be locked up now. Yeah. He'd have battered one of his own teammates for misplacing a pass or something, or fluffing the lines when he give him a decent chance. So look, I kind of get the...
I think Darren Fletcher, what did you see his interview yesterday?
Yeah, his few.
Yeah.
Rightly so as well. Let us know, where does Bruno rank?
I think he's great, but that's not slagging him off.
No, I mean, saying he's not one of the top 5 midfielders we've ever had, he's highly criticised. Criticism of, yeah. I kept it to players you'd seen because, Bobby Charlton, Steve M says Scholes, Keane, Robbo, Charlton, Bruno. That seems reasonable. Schweinsteiger versus Liverpool, says Amar XZ4LR. The greatest performance anyone's ever given in a red shirt.
You just said the greatest performance, Ryan Tunnicliffe.
Ryan Tunnicliffe, obviously. The top three is Ryan Tunnicliffe, any game he was in. Schweinsteiger against Liverpool and Amrabat at Wembley. Who missed the pen in the opening ceremony of the '94 World Cup? I know this. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Go on.
Diana Ross.
Yeah, she did. Absolutely. And the thing was, she missed the pen, and then the goal split, didn't it?
Because he was supposed to score.
Yeah. That was terrible. Did you watch the documentary of the BBC on the 2006 World Cup, says Theo Turgoose? No, I didn't.
I didn't even know about it, but now I know about it, I'll probably watch that.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourite World Cups, that.
2006?
Yeah, I think it had one of the best opening games as well.
It was that?
It was Germany, it was against Costa Rica, it was like 4-2.
Right,
I think Schweinsteiger scored and Philip Lahm, but they scored some absolute belting goals outside the box.
So 2006, that was Italy, wasn't it? Italy-France.
Final, yeah. That's what I mean, the final had it as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what my favourite
The Frank Lampard goal.
No, that was 2010. I was at that game.
Oh, so it was the Brazil, was it then? Was that
was South Africa. 2010 was South Africa,
Jeez.
where Frank Lampard had the goal that wasn't given. I was at the other end of the ground, and even
Which
I couldn't
one
see it.
was the Seaman one then? Was that?
That was 2002 when we got knocked out against Brazil. The Ronaldinho.
Oh,
that was a good World Cup.
It was Rooney and Stamping, wasn't it?
2006 was Rooney Stamping, yeah. So 2002 was one of my faves because I think England obviously we didn't do.
I just enjoyed. I watched every game.
Brazil winning it as well with that team. It felt like redemption as well. I think redemption's a bit of a strong word, but R9 winning it after '98 because it was such a weird thing that happened in '98, wasn't it?
What Gary Lineker? He's here.
Yeah, it was so strange, and for him to come back and win it 4 years later was obviously mint just from a sort of football point of view. Obviously, I'm not a dog in the fight, but I think 2002 was quite a decent World Cup. A lot of World Cups flatter to deceive though.
No, I just
a lot of them
for some reason,
I
just loved. Sometimes I got the Adidas ball at home.
Yeah,
the 2006 one.
Because that was penalties, wasn't it, for England? In that Portugal.
Because Rooney got sent off. It was a
off.
Ronaldo wink, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're never going to play together again. Then we just went and won it.
Won a lot. Yeah. Bella MUFC says 2006 was the first World Cup I remember. 2018 was annoying. We should have been in the final. That was the Kieran Trippier free kick one, wasn't it, against Croatia? Could have been in the final, that one. Should have been. Just Southgate didn't really have the tactical nous, did he, to get past.
And people wanted him as our manager.
I know, can you imagine? Jesus Christ, that would have been an absolute disaster. A fool named Tuggy says R9 in '98, amazing player, terrible haircut. Is that the one where we had the little?
But it's the most iconic. Everyone knows it.
Yeah, they do actually. That was a proper haircut, that wasn't it? Steve M says Ireland versus Italy '94, the greatest defensive performance I've ever seen by Paul McGrath. Yeah, Paul McGrath was mint. He was mint, full stop. Paul McGrath. I was a bit too young for him at United, but people, older fans I speak to, always said that Paul McGrath was one of the greatest defenders you've ever seen. Went to Villa, won PFA Player of the Year, didn't he, in '93, I think. And obviously for Ireland, in that game against Italy, I remember, I think, was it a friendly against Germany where he was against Klinsmann, he just bullied him. Other people saying that the 2018 was the best chance, says the old Turgoose. Matt G 401 says 2002 World Cup was bossed by Kleberson in the World Cup, proved not to sign a player on a World Cup campaign alone. He hit the bar, didn't he, in the final, Kleberson? Do you remember?
I can't remember that.
Yeah, he did. He played really well. And I think Scolari said he's been our best player, which was obviously garbage. He hadn't. And we bought him, and then we had to wait for his missus to turn 16 or something. It was just ridiculous. I don't know. You might want to Google that one because I don't want. We haven't got a legal team.
They were married, I think.
They were. Yeah, it was a bit odd. She was. I'm using the word odd to cover a multitude of sins there. But you want to have a look at that yourself. Big Scruff 2 says was in prison for the 2002 World Cup. Needless to say, wasn't a fan. Yeah, we've all been there, bro. We know how that feels. R9 special haircut was in 2002, not 98, says Mascor. France 98 was the first proper World Cup I remember, and also the FIFA game was shit, but class for its time, says Gareth Robinson. 1442. Yeah.
But they had the Road to World Cup where they had the indoor mode, so had Beckham on the front, so I'm not having it.
All right, okay.
Good.
98, I just remember the Beckham sending off. That was it. Well, that just sums out with the Simeone thing.
Yeah, no.
That was, and the media, fucking hell, dartboard. Pictures of dartboards on the back of the paper with his face on, so you could fucking cut it out and throw darts at him.
He was mad.
It was
He
like insane,
mental.
wasn't it?
He was mental.
And like Glenn Hoddle proper threw him under the bus as well. Like in his post-match interview, he just said like it was all his fault. Steve M says 26 World Cup was going to be a disaster. Anyone remember R9's boots that weighed 99 grams or something? Was that true or just 90s conjecture? Lol. I'm looking forward to seeing 25-minute halftime shows this year. Says Bella at MUFC. Yeah, they're doing a. Is it the World Cup final that's having a halftime show?
Yeah.
Or is it the opening? There is
It's a summer, but I'm done. I might be done with this World Cup already.
What? Yeah, I think so. There we've got some here. So Madonna, Shakira, BTS. It's a headline. A halftime show at this summer's World Cup final. So I imagine how long is it going to be?
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
How long is it usually in half time? Is it 10 minutes?
15.
15, sorry. So they're not going to extend the half time then? Because I know in the Super Bowl, don't they give them like an hour or something? There have been reports that the show could last longer than 15 minutes, which the laws of the game say the interval should not exceed. It says here as well, the halftime show during last summer's World Cup final in the US between Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain lasted more than 24 minutes. So that was obviously the club one. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if that happens. I mean, I'm guessing if you're in that game and you're winning, and then there's a longer half time, and you don't win the game, you're going to be fuming.
It's ridiculous. It's not even that. It's just to use your term, not to be political, but the World Cup isn't a political thing. It's countries who may be at war with each other, all playing. Doesn't matter. It's just a sporting event that everyone loves. And there's a certain person who's now making it political, trying to get countries take it. They're not welcome in our country, so let's bring this team, Italy, in who didn't qualify. And even Italy have gone, nah, fuck off.
Yeah.
And then he wants Spain to be kicked out of it because they won't help him out. It's honestly, this World Cup's doing my head in already, and it's not even started.
No, I know what you mean. It is sad to see. And look, I know I also don't want to play anything. You want us to be able to put all that aside and just get on with the football. But when there's teams that can't even compete, apparently, was it the Iraq team who can't get visas and all that?
Well, he doesn't want it
like
in the country, does he?
Yeah, it looks like there could be, some dramas with fans and stuff. Plus the price of the tickets.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
And then
I mean,
to get to the stadium, it's like the train's like $150 as well.
I hate that because when I was in South Africa for the World Cup, the actual price of things wasn't that expensive. So you could get tickets for like 12 quid. We were sort of staying in South Africa anyway. We were staying at a uni. So we had a bit of oblige there. But it wasn't like extortionate because they didn't charge like, it was like a normal pricing thing. But it wasn't like ridiculously expensive. But yeah, everything's shot up, I think, in America. It says here the price of a train ticket has been, it's slashed. So there you go. They've knocked it down. They've cut buses to World Cup matches at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey have been cut following a backlash from fans, you see. That's why it's always important to protest. So they've gone down from 111 quid to 73 quid on the train.
Bargain.
And then the bus fares are down to $20 from $80.
That's actually bad. But when you look at the stadiums as well, because apart from like Detroit, which obviously not playing in, which all their stadiums are right in the middle of the city, like New York, they're miles away. So you can't, like all these Dutch fans who used to walk to the stadiums, that's not going to happen. It's a shame.
There was a bit of that in South Africa, Like some of the stadiums were, when you talked about Lampard's goal, Bloemfontein, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's like a town next to it, but the actual area itself, including the town, is in the middle of just nowhere. There's nothing around there. And we came from Johannesburg, so we had to travel anyway. Brazil obviously was different because Brazil already had stadiums and stuff, and there was a lot of work going on. But it was in terms of infrastructure and that it was fine. But it does seem that there's a lot of worries in there because last World Cup was full of controversy, wasn't it? Because of Qatar, and then there was all this thing about them wearing the rainbow laces or the rainbow collar or whatever it was, or armband.
There was no country saying you can't. We don't want you in our country, kind of thing.
Yeah,
them fans aren't allowed in our country.
So it's slightly different now. It is a shame. There's a question here. Thoughts on getting Lewandowski on a free for a year? What's he done this year? So he's got 29 appearances in La Liga and 13 goals and 3 assists. How old is he now, Lewandowski? 37.
Nah.
So he'll be 38 by the time next season kicks off, I think.
Nah.
You're not having that one?
I mean, when I said older, I didn't mean like...
Oh, yeah. He's got 4 goals in the Champions League as well. No. I get the idea of having an older striker.
But when I say older, like older than Sesko.
Yeah.
Experienced.
Not older than us.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I wish I was younger than Lewandowski. Advatum Beskar, forgive me if I butchered that one. It's not just the price, it's the issues with immigration and what's happening across the country. It's scary and against the spirit of the sport. Full named Huggy says it's armbands, I think it was. Steve M says the Qatar tournament itself is probably the best World Cup ever. It's just everything around it was shit. Welbeck for backup striker, says Matt G, 401. I would love it. Hasn't he signed a deal? Has he not got a new contract with Brighton? I think he has.
If he came back, he'd be the biggest selling shirt at the club.
100%. And that would just be from me and you buying it. Ryan B, 94, says he's 37 until he's 38, Jay. Great point. He's been named in the provisional squad only by Tuchel, surely. CSM says, Jay, I love you. Thank you. Much appreciated. What Santa Not says... Santa Not says, you'll never take my Spain 82 from me. So he says Spain 82 was the best World Cup he's ever seen.
He was with rival drinks, by the way.
Sorry?
Rival drinks.
Get that shit off this channel. Like, there you go. We blanked the screen out. That's how annoyed producer Harvey was with that. Yeah. See, now already we get into the political things in here. It's like, this is the problem you've got. You're going to have it in this World Cup. I mean, I get there's a lot of feeling in it. Anyone knows me. You know, I do share my political thoughts quite often. I know. Why is it the brew when you're drinking sodas? Says Bella MUFC. I'm at that age. I can only have like 2 coffees a day, mate.
You know I've never had a warm drink.
Well, you have, haven't you?
No.
You like Michael Owen with I've never watched any films. Well, you have.
I have.
You have had a warm drink.
I have. I've not.
You've never had a hot chocolate?
No.
You've never had a coffee or a tea in your entire life?
I just think...
You've never had warm milk before bedtime?
I hate milk. No. I just think drinks should be refreshing, and having a warm drink does not constitute that for me.
You've never once had a warm drink?
No.
You've never drank your own piss?
No, I haven't.
Not living.
I've never been in the situation where I need to.
I mean, I can't imagine you've not tried tea.
I've definitely not.
You're the most British man I've ever met in my life. Like, you've never had a cup of tea.
Where's it from?
Yeah. It's not British enough for me.
No, I just don't like the appeal of it. And the smell of coffee.
You don't like the appeal of it? Right. Okay, see, I mean, I always forget this about you, and I find this utterly bizarre that you've not at least tried a coffee. I could understand it if you went, I've never had a latte or a mocha or whatever, but to say I've never had a hot drink, ever. You've never, ever had, like...
Just not for me.
One.
Last time me and you made coffee, I think I had an orange juice.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, that's the answer to why we've not got brews. I'm only able to stomach 2 a day, and I've had me 2 already. And Dave doesn't like hot drinks. Yeah, people asking, no hot chocolate? No, nothing. S. Will says, never drank his own piss. What a weirdo. Did you see Ivan Toney? Was it Everton? Says Nigel Dyer. We should try it for him as a backup. Do you know who's had a weird time of it? Jhon Durán. You know the lad who was at Villa?
Yeah.
Have you seen he's on like his 3rd club in about 18 months?
Really?
So he was at is it Al Nassr? And they've loaned him to Zenit St. Petersburg. And I think Zenit St. Petersburg have just announced they're getting rid of him. They've terminated his contract. Let's have a look. Because this is a kid who... and then I don't think he's in the Colombian squad either. So let me try and work out what the hell I'm on about here, because it's not great telly, is it, when you sat here waiting. So he went to Al Nassr.
They loaned him. Excuse me. He played 13 games for them. 18 in all competitions. Scored 12 goals. To be fair, I mean, you can argue about the impressiveness of that record in a relatively poor league, but he did get goals. So yeah, there's a story here in Sport Bible. It says Jhon Durán, the former Premier League striker and teammate of Cristiano Ronaldo, has agreed to a leave of absence from his 6th professional club. The 22-year-old striker arrived from Villa as highly rated young talent from Chicago Fire, and the Colombian quickly made a name for himself at the West Midlands outfit. Yeah, he was scoring worldies, wasn't he? He kept coming off the bench and scoring like unbelievable goals from like 25 yards out. Gets a big money move to Saudi, where a lot of people looked at that and went, why has he got Saudi? He was on like 21. Yeah. Went to Saudi for like 80 million quid or something. So he's still at Saudi technically, but they loaned him to Fenerbahce. Then they loaned him to Zenit St. Petersburg. And then he's been given a leave of absence from Zenit.
Crazy.
So it's like his 3rd club in 18 months, which is a bit weird. Isn't it? So there's a statement here from Zenit saying, the club management and the Colombian striker have agreed on a leave of absence from the club due to personal circumstances. Details of his return date will be announced in the near future. So I don't know what that is. It's all a bit odd. I mean, I'm not trying to cast aspersions on the lad. He might have something going on, but yeah, it was a bit of a left field move anyway.
You don't know if he's gone there though, obviously for the money and stuff.
Well, I think we can assume he's gone there for the money.
Ronaldo's
to be fair,
and then he's gone. Actually, I want more competitive football, and then been asking for loan moves to.
Maybe, yeah. It was, it's one. Yeah, maybe there is something in that, but then it just made me think because someone mentioned Ivan Toney, and obviously he went over there, didn't he? And someone was saying he was at Everton. I mean, look, I get it. It's a short career. You get these opportunities to make loads of money, but I always say this, people probably think I'm lying, but there is more to life than money. I was massively relieved when Bruno didn't go to Saudi and he stuck around. Sorry, someone has put a super chat in and I can't see it. So we've got a super chat from, I think I read the one from Advait, Beskar. Chris Mars says, top 3 drinks for me, Ribena, cup of tea, strawberry milkshake.
Never had a milkshake.
What? You're just trolling now.
I just told you I didn't like milk.
Yeah, but you should, right, for starters.
And then Ribena is Vimto.
You cannot like milk, right? I get milk is its own distinctive flavour and taste. And you could like milkshakes. Like, if you had a strawberry milkshake, that wouldn't taste like milk.
Have
you ever had an ice cream?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Fuck you. Right. So you don't like any cold things? You don't like hot things?
Nothing to do with the cold. I just didn't like the taste. I used to take the flakes out and just eat them.
Right, so have you never tried a flavoured ice cream? Because that's like vanilla, innit?
It was sickly.
Honestly. How are me and you, mates? You should make a members video of getting Pritt to drink a brew. Yeah, that'll fucking get the members rolling in.
It's Steve to do it and his mates.
No offence to Ballard, it's a fair suggestion, but I don't know. Dave Pritt has a brew. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a lot of people questioning this, Dave. Come on,
fine.
What's going on?
We're allowed to.
Moon Maestron says Durán has behavioural issues. Not for us. I don't think Durán's going to come to Manchester United, and nor should he. Do you know what? I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat. The news at the beginning of this show was we had a tweet from Fabrizio Romano, here we go, on Michael Carrick, basically saying it's all done now. There's no questions about it. It's all agreed. In fact, I'll read the actual tweet. So there's big graphics. Says, here we go. Michael Carrick will stay at Manchester United as permanent manager. Confirmed. Direction clear for weeks. Plan also approved by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and new deal set to be signed soon. New deal for 2 years plus option to extend or directly 3 years, but no doubts. Carrick says yes and will sign the contract. Might be being a bit sneaky there, Romano. I think this is already sort of known. I think our mate Laurie Whitwell has been all over it. Sully Talks has been all over it as well. I think Laurie broke the story that Barada and Wilcox were going to go to Sir Jim Ratcliffe and say Carrick's the guy, which more or less meant he was going to stay because they're in charge of the footballing decisions. And then Sully Talks had the detail of the contract. Laurie then had a story today confirming, and sort of elaborating on some of the details of what's going on, and the backroom staff as well. Laurie there talking about how the backroom staff are going to stay, including Steve Holland. I think there's set piece coaches on the agenda. He said Andreas Georgeson, possible candidate to return. Sorry, I can't see, the cameras in the way. So yeah, it's all coming along nice, isn't it? Michael Carrick's at the wheel, as he should be.
Of course.
I don't think we need to make a sort of do anything daft about that. Let's not try and do something else. Michael Carrick's done the job. We've given him a deal. It all makes sense. I expect him to be unveiled as the new permanent manager on Sunday. I think that's what everyone's saying.
Be nice.
You going to be there?
Unfortunately not. Working 16 hours.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's about time you did a bit of bloody work, you guys. 16
I've
hours.
been to mad to think I've only been to 2 football games this season.
You used to go to 4 or 5 a week. I'd chat to you on a Wednesday. You'd have been to 3 games by
once
then.
did 9 in a week.
9 in a week. How'd you do 9? And were they all United or were the others?
All United as well.
So you did like all the academy games, the under-21s, the under-18s, under-16s, whatever, the women's games, and then the first team.
Luckily, because it was like the UEFA Youth League, which was 2 games in one day as well.
Right.
So that's sort of 2 in
You
one
went
day.
to Astana, didn't you?
Big time.
Yeah, Kazakhstan and that. Yeah, you went there for us as well, didn't you?
Did a little video. I watched it.
Yeah, man.
Like, you can see that I'm clearly been awake for 2 days. And I'm knackered. And
Did you have the beard in Astana? Because
No, I
you
didn't.
You should have had it for that, man.
I didn't realise how cold it was going to be. It was horrendous.
Cecil James John says Lowry Hotel doing something with Sir Alex Ferguson. Ooh, bit of intrigue there. Maybe he's going to return as director of football. That's the unveiling vid. Did you see our little video yesterday that we posted?
I'm afraid I didn't.
That rattled a lot of City fans. So
I'll have to watch it.
Long may that continue. It was a video that was definitely showing Pep Guardiola filming his leaving video. There's no doubt in my mind that was 100% what that was.
Does that mean the charges are coming?
Maybe. I've not holding my breath for that one. Jesus Christ, I think
Why would he leave?
I'll have air before them charges drop. Sorry?
Why would he leave? You got a good thing going. Unless he didn't want to be around when it all happens.
Maybe wanting to go to a big club. Who knows? Look, we're going to be back. In fact, we've got a load of videos coming out tonight. I think we've got, is it Academy Review later?
He's going to say that right in front of me.
So, yeah, we've moved on for you, Dave. Do you know what I mean? Dave, you chose to do whatever it was you started doing, yeah? And you left us, let's not get it twisted here. We
I stayed within the
stay.
Stretford Paddock family, though, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we're going to back with, a different version of Academy Review just after this vid. What did we say? 5? Off the bar at 7? When is it? I mean, when? I don't know. I mean, 7 or 8. We don't know. But it's a grey area. That's the level of professionalism you get here at Stretford Paddock. We don't even know when the videos are going up.
That's the chat when they won it 7 or 8.
Right. Do you want off the bar at 7 or 8? In the chat now. Quickly. This is interactive channeling. Yeah? You're deciding. You're producing this. Steve M straight in 7.
We take first answers all.
Oh, right. No, we've got a poll. 7's winning. Yeah, I think it's going to be 7. No. Oh. Do you know what? Santa Notch. So, Ryan B94 and the full named Huggy, 7:30.
Oh, we'll do that.
We'll do that. That wasn't even an option on the poll. Producer Harry says we'll do that. Right, it seems that we're doing it at 7. Anyway, at some point during the evening, you'll have Off the Bar. That's me, Steve, McCullough and Joe. Also, you'll have Academy Review in about 20 minutes. So make sure if you're not doing so already, you are hitting like, share and subscribe. Go and follow. Are you on socials? You stopped all that?
I'll still do it.
Go and follow Dave Pritt on your socials. Make sure as well you are checking out the merchandise. The link in the description for that. Thank you to everyone who's got involved in the chat and the comments. It's been a really good chat there. Michael Carrick, here we go. We knew it anyway. Thanks for watching.